Hey, Marcy, welcome in. Mhm. Hot chocolate, welcome in. Bree, welcome in. Bree, how are you doing? Happy New Year to you as well. Bree, we're gonna see how many people are awake this morning or hungover. How was your New Year's Eve? Did you stay up late or did you call it a night early? Oh, just waking up. I know. I thought I could do an early morning read and then go back to sleep again later. It's raining over here, which is really nice. Welcome in, welcome in. I think what I'm going to do is just get started and then whoever comes in. Let me turn the light on. We're going to start today with a very cranky book. I think this fits the mood today as well for those of us who had a really fun time on New Year's Eve. A real cranky book. We love a good end page when we read a children's book. A very cranky book. That's me. Right, Bree? Did you look at my cover and think, wow, this looks like a book I should pick up and read? Well, that was the worst idea in the history of ideas because I am a very cranky book. So we get introduced to our main character here, the very cranky book. You should go find something else to do, like ride a bike, play a game, or draw a picture. Urban Fresh, welcome in. Still not a happy book. Let's see if by the end he becomes a happy book. What would make a book happy? Maybe somebody to read it. Not funny, and it doesn't even look like me. Oh, somebody try to draw him on the little book here. But he's still not having it. He's still not having it. Look, do I need to spell it out for you? Follow these simple instructions. One, walk away. Two, keep walking. And three, don't come back. So now he's given a list of things that we could do possibly other than reading the book. I think that's what's going to happen at the end. I think he's going to want somebody to read him. That's right, go on. Adventures await. So he opens the door and there's a picture of a dinosaur. Why are you still here? He's desperately trying to get him out. Hey, Lauren, welcome in. Desperately trying to get him out. There's no story time today. We got some other books. We got a board book here. Oh, thank you so much, Lauren, for those. I really appreciate that. He's got a little board book here and a little ABC book that have come to join him. Let's see if he can get him out. Hey, Cyber John, welcome in. Did someone say story time? Read now. Meow. Oh, we got some other books coming out. And look at the one who's come out, the Sassy Queen. Me love story time. S is for story time. Knock knock. So while he's trying to get rid of everybody, he's manifesting a lot of people to come in. Gather around, friends. Story time is about to begin. So all of them are gonna get together. She decided to take the ropes. He's gonna be grumpy Gramps over here on the side. Hey, Caitlin, welcome in. Caitlin, we're gonna read to people who had too good of a time last night for New Year's. Me love fairy tales. C is for castle. Hey, Ivy, welcome in. Oh, so everybody's getting into it, and now he's feeling left out. Whoa. Wait a minute. Well, he saw that everybody else was getting into the book and the read alouds. So then he had to be part of it. Now he's going to interrupt. Guess what? Today's your lucky day. I think I might be feeling a teeny tiny bit less cranky. Oh, now you want it. Now that all the hard work has been done, now you want to join in. Look at the little cat book here. This reminds me of Pebbles. So let's read together, but not with all these other books. Just you and me, okay? Oh, no. We're not doing that. We've been through so much, pal. The good times, the bad times, the cranky times. Thanks for sticking by me. Now let's get reading. Somebody can't read the room. Cannot for a book. He sure cannot read the room. Wait, what do you mean you gotta go? But you just got here. I thought we were friends. Everybody said, nah, we ain't got time for that. Nah, I'm out. There you get the little fish. Did someone say friends? F is for friends. Oh, looks like they had a second thought. Maybe. Well, if you really have to go, there's something I want you to know. The next time you pick me up, I'll try to be a little more cheerful. I really love this fairy book right here. She's the one she took the lead. But no promises, because after all, I'm a very cranky book. Get this orange one here, Orange's face, and the little cat. The end. A very cranky book. Welcome in to those of you who are joining us this morning. It smells really good. It smells like a very old library. Welcome to those of you who are joining us right now. I hope everybody had a good New Year's Eve. If you are hungover, if you are not feeling well, if you're just rolling in from a good time and you're cranky, now's the time to relax, get in bed, or if you're in bed, maybe turn down the light on your screen a little so it's not so bright. And we're going to read books. We have a very nice snowy ambiance in the back. Our Christmas tree is still up. And it's raining over here in Southern California, so it's a great time to pick up a book and read. Our next story, because we have so many books from the library that we checked out, we're going to go back and we're going to read a Christmas title. Oh, did it snow last night, Bree? Nice. Finally, we're starting to get some weather, huh? All of us have been in heat lately. Little Santa by Yoko Maruyama. This is going to be a good one, I could tell. We love a good end page. Little Christmas trees, a little Christmas moment here with some snow. It begins with, I have a secret. Little Santa, Yoko Maruyama. Christmas is coming soon. This one was published when? 2017. No one else knows, but my dad is really Santa Claus. We spend most of the year preparing for Christmas. We keep reindeer in our backyard, and our house is always filled with toys. So nobody really knows that their dad, this character's dad, is Santa Claus. They've got a really nice house. Get this aerial view of this Spanish colonial. And here you got some reindeers here. Having Santa for a dad is a lot of fun, but I do have one complaint. Every Christmas Eve, when children around the world are home with their families waiting for Santa, my dad and the reindeer fly off to deliver their presents. Every year, I have to spend Christmas Eve alone. One thing about this book, though, I really love the illustrations in it. So here's our character, all alone. These illustrations are beautiful. They're like little lines. Lots of lines. Notice that? Curved lines, little lines, lines, angles, shadows, shading. Shadow and shading. This is going to be a good book, I can already tell. This year, when winter came, I wished upon the first star in the evening. I want to spend Christmas Eve with my father this year. Aw. So you got this little tree here, and here's the main character. We still don't know if this is true. Maybe it's a belief. Up on a tree looking over the little city, the little village, the little town. Now look at these trees. It's a pretty picture. Then, the morning of Christmas Eve, as my dad was about to prepare the sleigh, he tripped and fell down hard. He called a doctor, and the doctor said, "Your ankle may be fractured. You must go to the hospital immediately. My poor father shouted, "Oh goodness, the children are waiting. Why, of all days, did I have to hurt myself today?" I remembered what I had wished, but I sure didn't wish for something like this to happen. So he wanted to spend some time with his dad, which is his Santa Claus. Dad sat slash Santa Claus is getting ready for Christmas delivery. He ended up falling and breaking his ankle. And there's the doctor. Santa's all worried. Not going to be able to deliver the presents. Look at the reindeer are watching. And now he thinks that he's going to have to take it upon himself to deliver the presents. My father muttered, "If only there was someone who could deliver the presents for me." I knew the reindeer only responded to our family, so not just anyone could hitch them up to the sleigh. I could only think of one person for the job. Me. I said, "Maybe if, perhaps, I could deliver the presents." Dad's face lit up. "Yes," he exclaimed with delight. "Of course, you can do it." This is an interesting story. It has to do with Santa Claus, but not really. And we don't even get to see the face of Santa Claus. It's all about this character here. It's all about this character who has come up with a problem that he needs to solve. I rushed to put on my dad's red coat and hat. No one makes Santa's clothes in my size, so my outfits look pretty silly. My dad told me, "It isn't Santa's appearance that's important. That's the important thing. The most important thing is what's in your heart," I finished. And Dad smiled. So he's going to go look for an outfit from Santa Claus. Again, gorgeous pictures. Get these oranges and these reds and blacks and the shading. Looking for Santa Claus's outfit. And he says, "You know what? Kind of silly. Kind of silly looking." And again, we don't see Santa's face. We just see the symbol of Santa. And the most important thing is what's in your heart, how you feel. Finally, I was ready to go. The presents were loaded, and the reindeer were eager to get started. I stepped into the sleigh and pulled on the reins, and before I knew it, we zoomed away into the sky. I waved back at my dad and Rudolph, the one reindeer who'd left behind to keep him company. Aw, very interesting. Hey Liz, welcome in. Happy New Year. So he gets on the sleigh to take over for his dad, and he leaves the one of the symbols behind Rudolph. He leaves Rudolph behind to take care of the dad. Very interesting. This is a very what do you call it? Not intensive, but it's intentional. This is a very intentional story. So remember the symbols of Christmas? We don't get to see Santa's face here. And we don't even know if he's telling the truth. Is Santa his dad, really? And then we leave behind one of the symbols with Santa Claus. We don't really see Rudolph there. They just kind of left him behind. So we're getting a stripped down version. Flying the sleigh took some getting used to. It swayed from side to side in the wind, and sometimes it lurched so hard that I felt I might fall out. Mindy, welcome in. Happy New Year. Eventually, I got the hang of it, grasping the reins with more confidence. Before long, we had zipped over valleys, over forests, and crossed the pitch black sea. So he's off. He's gonna deliver the presents for his dad. After a while, the air gradually became warmer and the smell of the air changed. The reindeer knew right away where to change course. I saw a small town's lights approaching in the distance, and I felt so excited to be doing Santa's work for the very first time. Hey, Wild Faith, welcome in. Happy New Year. So they went from snow, and it looks like a little beach town along the coast here. There's water. The air has changed. It smells different. Probably smells like sea air. We visited many houses, and I delivered a lot of presents. At first, I had plenty of energy, but as the night wore on, I got more and more tired. I started to realize what a tough job my dad has. Sweaty and panting, I somehow managed to deliver every last present. Guys, look at how pretty this illustration is. After a long night of delivering presents, finally realized, you know what? My dad does a lot of work. And you can see inside some of the houses here what people are doing with Christmas trees. Oh, that's him delivering the presents inside. There's one of the reindeers. There he is climbing down the chimney. You get like a little peep inside as to what they're doing. This is a really good book. It's a really good book. But then, just as I thought we were leaving, the reindeer made a turn around the forest and landed on the roof of a small, shabby house. Even though there were no more presents left in the sack. The wording is kind of dark. I have to find it. I wondered if there were some mistake, but they nudged me toward the chimney and I climbed down. Okay, so he thought the job was over, so he's flying over and he sees this little shabby house. He lands on top of it. He's gonna go do some investigating. It's a little dilapidated, a little worn out. He's gonna jump right in and see what's going on. When I entered the house, I saw no Christmas decorations anywhere, and there was little food in the kitchen. It didn't feel at all like Christmas Eve. I peeked into the bedroom where a girl was sleeping. I noticed there were worn out ballerina shoes beside her, and I found a letter in the stocking by the foot of her bed. Carefully, I opened the letter and read it. Dear Santa Claus, yesterday in my dream, I became a snow fairy and danced in the ballet. I wish you would make it more. I wish you would make it snow for me on Christmas. Love, Sarah. Aww! This one gift I couldn't deliver. Aww. So look at when he goes inside that little shabby home. There's no Christmas decorations. No joy, no festivities, no activities, just gray. And she's got these little ballerina slippers here. She wants to be a ballerina. We love a good quilt in children's literature. Love a good quilt. Suddenly, I heard the sound of hooves outside. Clip, clop, clip, clop, clip, clop. I spun around and saw a large shadow appear in the window. My heart skipped a beat. Oh, I'm loving the illustrations of this book. Very classic, dark shadows, reds, lines. look who's going to join them. This is a good find. But what was this? It was my dad. I'm glad I caught you, he said cheerfully. It looks like you've done a great job. Why do you look so down? I showed the letter to my father. I can't make this wish come true, I said. Well, Dad said, I was able to bring one last special gift. He pointed to another enormous sack and he had brought outside the window. So he confronts his dad, and look at Santa. He's got his leg wrapped up. And again, eyes are covered, his identity. Because this isn't about this Santa Claus. It's about another Santa Claus. I guess we don't want the character of Santa to overwhelm the story. We want to focus it on this character here. So we're not going to, the author's not going to engage us. We're not going to get engaged. I bought a little bit of the North Pole home, Dad said, opening the sack. A huge cloud floated out and rose up, lowly over the town. Shortly after, snow started to fall. Then my dad winked at me and said, now all the gifts have been delivered. Let's go home. Aw, so Santa took this cloud out of the sack and it started snowing, just like the little girl wanted. Maybe give her some decorations though too, and some new ballerina slippers. On the ride home, I said, that must have been the world's biggest gift. Dad said, no, her biggest gift is something I could never deliver. It's something she already has. What do you mean, I asked. Dad said, the word gift has two meanings. It can be a present, sure, but a gift can also be a talent. Some gifts wear out after a year or two, but the gift Sarah has is limitless, and it will last her lifetime. I thought about that for a while. Then my dad asked me, by the way, what gift did you wish for this year? Deep. And I like the way that they wrote this in. The word gift has two meanings. It can be a present, sure, but a gift can also be a talent. Some gifts wear out after a year or two, but the gift Sarah has is limitless, and it will last her a lifetime. I thought about that for a while. Then my dad asked me, by the way, what gift did you ask for this year? Yeah, Brie, this is a really good book. Huh? We now have an eye for good books. I just smiled. My wish has come true already. The end. We're going to read about the author. Yoko Maruyama is a self-taught artist who has long loved creating her own picture books. Her work eventually caught the eye of a Japanese publisher, and she soon got a chance to exhibit at the prestigious Bologna Children's Book Fair. She loves nature and animals and well as travel, which provide inspiration for her books. During this illustration of Little Santa, she journeyed to Scandinavia. Miss Maruyama lives in Tokyo, Japan. Guys, this was a treat. This was a treat. This is a really good book. I'm gonna have to get this for my own collection. I love that it's Santa. I love that it's Christmas inspired, but it's not Christmas inspired. It's almost like from a perspective of somebody from a different culture. So, and she's taken out all of the American ideas of what Santa is, and she's just kept only a couple of symbols. Really good book. Really good book. Okay, let's review what we've read so far. We're not going to take votes today because everybody's tired, everybody's hungover. So we're not going to ask you to do anything extra. We started out with the cranky book, a very cranky book. This is a good way to start. A lot of us cranky. A lot of us cranky. And then we just finished up with Little Santa. This is a really good one. All right. I'm going to go get my second cup of coffee. I'll be right back. We have 2 more stories that we're going to read. I want you guys to enjoy the Christmas background as well as the music. I'll be right back. Okay. We're going to do 2 Christmas and 2 regular ones. Our next one, the Teeny Weeny Unicorn. Hey, Blue's Eye. I got kicked out of my room. I lost my turn. Oh, no. Blue Eyes 333. I'm sad to hear that. Just take a moment then to release yourself from all of that and give yourself some space to feel a little bit of joy. You're living in a motel. Okay. We love a good end page, a nice pink end page. Once upon a time, in a land where horses were mythical beasts, found only in the pages of books for children. It was common to see a unicorn. So there's a little corn. And I love how this author illustrator decided to use 1 page for the words and just 1 page for the little unicorn here. But not one this size. So here's our little unicorn. Unicorns are very mystical creatures. And sometimes we find them only in books. But have we ever read about a small unicorn? Isn't he, Blue Eyes? The Teeny Weeny Unicorn. The Teeny Weeny Unicorn. The Teeny Weeny Unicorn lived with his family in a large palace. For him, it was an extra large palace. So here we have the palace. I'm loving these illustrations too. They're like powdery colors. It's almost like if somebody took a cotton ball with paint and just dabbed it and created these pictures here. For him, it was an extra large palace. The steps were extra large. The stoops were extra large. The rugs were extra large. The food was extra large. And the toys and the games, too. Everything extra large. Look at this deep red here with this carpet. It's a cool, beautiful color, this orange and these yellows here. And then the pink unicorn. When the Teeny Weeny Unicorn's brother and sister played chess, they used him in place of a missing piece. Can I have a turn, he asked. You're too teeny weeny, said Fancy Annie. I'll move you when I'm ready. She moved her rook instead. So anytime they were missing a piece, the brother and sister would use her as a chess piece. And when he wanted to play, they said no. the sister, Fancy Annie, said, "You're too teeny weeny. Captured your pawn," brayed Prince Butterscotch. He knocked the teeny weeny unicorn over with the butt of his knight. Aw. So he's being used as a chess piece because he's teeny weeny. The brother knocked him over. Aw, look at that emotion in that eye. On nice days, their parents lounged on the ramparts while the kids swam in the moat. "Check out my splash," Fancy Annie whinnied, and did a cannonball off the drawbridge. "Can I have a turn?" asked the teeny weeny unicorn. "You're too teeny weeny," said Prince Butterscotch. "A gumball would make a bigger splash than you." Fancy Annie surfaced, spitting a mouthful of moat water. "You're so teeny weeny, you'd get lost in the lawn." The teeny weeny unicorn stamped his teeny weeny hoof. "I'm sick and tired of being teeny weeny." This book is so silly, but I love it. So they're out there on the edge. They're out lounging. What does it say? Their parents lounged on the ramparts. These are the ramparts. While the kids swam in the moat. And the little teeny weeny unicorn wanted to swim. But they're like, "No, you're too teeny weeny." And into the garden he ran, crying teeny weeny tears. Aw, poor little thing. He's getting made fun of, being used as a chess piece, being told that he's too teeny weeny. He's gonna have a really bad self-esteem. When he tired of galloping, he cantered, then trotted, then walked. This book has really good words. He cantered. I haven't heard of that word in a while. When he tired of galloping, then trotted, then walked. Isn't that a great pink, though, and black? "I am lost in the lawn," he admitted sadly. Aw. Guys, take a look at that illustration. Isn't it interesting how just a pink splash with a white and a black can convey a lot of emotion? "I am lost in the lawn," he admitted sadly. Blue eyes, right? A lot of emotion. Just then, a gnome came huffing and puffing through the grass. "I've been chasing you for ages." "Oh," said the teeny weeny unicorn. "I'm sorry." "Sorry doesn't feed the bullfrog," she said, trying to catch her breath. The teeny weeny unicorn was confused. "What bullfrog?" The gnome plucked a dandelion seed and picked her tooth with it. "I sure do pity giants like you, lumbering about unaware of anybody but yourselves." The teeny weeny unicorn was extra confused. "What giants?" She shook her head. "Follow me." No more than 10 yards back, they came to a sporty roadster, brand new, apart from the giant hoof print. So this gnome is coming out, big gnome out of nowhere, telling the teeny weeny unicorn that he's a giant. Looks like he stumbled across something. And it looks like the teeny weeny unicorn stomped on this car. The giant hoof print in it. The gnome pointed. "See what you've done? You must be mistaken," said the teeny weeny unicorn. "I am much too teeny weeny to smash a car." The gnome squinted up at him. "You're huge." "I'm not huge," said the teeny weeny unicorn. "You're just eeny teeny weeny." "Wrong," said the gnome. "I'm just the right size. Now put your hoof here and let's see if it fits." So this unicorn has stepped into a different perspective being teeny weeny, and now he's amongst the eeny teeny weeny. He was guilty. His little hoof fit right into the car. But also a little proud, but mostly guilty. There must be some way I can repay you, cried the teeny weeny unicorn. And guys, look at these colors. That's great. It's pinks and reds. He felt a little proud for a moment. It's like that meme with the nails. Yeah, Wild Faith, this is a really good book. And then look at his facial expressions here. 250,000, said the gnome. Dollars? The teeny weeny unicorn whistled. Isn't that a lot for such a small car? That's the knock on it, said the gnome. But she handles like a dream. I'll have to ask my parents, the teeny weeny unicorn said doubtfully. The gnome climbed onto his snout and mounted his horn. Giddy up! So he wants his money. That gnome wants the money for that car. The unicorn's like, I gotta go ask my parents for that kind of cash. They galloped, they then cantered, then trotted, then walked into the castle door. So he has the little gnome this time, riding with them. This book is so funny. He's not teeny weeny unicorn anymore. The teeny weeny unicorn's teeth clacked. Relax, kid, said the gnome. I have a big brother about your size. He lives under a bridge, but if he asked, I'd give him the gold from my molars. Know what I'm saying? Sorta, said the teeny weeny unicorn. Family's family, said the gnome, and rang the bell. Let's see if that's true. Let's see if family is family. You don't know the teeny weeny unicorn's family. She also did all the talking. So there's the gnome. There's all the big unicorns listening in. Unicorns, like most living species, have no use for money. But luckily, their palace had formerly belonged to a terrible hoarder of stuff. The unicorns were glad to be rid of their clutter. A carriage was piled high with gold, cash, and coins. No one ever bothered counting it. The teeny weeny unicorn turned to Fancy Annie and Prince Butterscotch. I would pull the cart, he said, but I'm too teeny weeny. That's a great resolution to the story about where are we going to get cash. A footman appeared. Your Highness, your harness. Fancy Annie and Prince Butterscotch grumbled with their noses in the ground, while many buckles and bits were pulled snug. Oh, so now the brother and the sister are going to have something to do. Fancy Annie. When we get back, said Fancy Annie, you owe us big time. Prince Butterscotch shook his mane. You're lucky you're our little brother. Family's family, said the gnome, taking the reins, and off she drove them to wherever she lived. Just taking all of that cash. Family's family. The teeny weeny unicorn did feel lucky to have a big brother and sister, but that didn't mean he couldn't savor the days they were gone. Of course, he played chess and did a lot of cannonballs. He also had a great adventure with the ghost in the North Tower. But that's a bigger story, and this book is running short on pages, so I will tell you this instead. We are all teeny weeny. So we get to see the little teeny weeny unicorn got to end up doing everything that his big brother and sister did. Even talking to the ghost, but that's for another day. We are all giant. Oh, look at those gold coins. And we are all just the right size. This is a really good book for kids who struggle with being too tall or too small. The end. The Teeny Weeny Unicorn. Another good book. Another good book. This is a really good one. Okay, let's review what we've read so far. You guys are getting really good titles for this New Year's. You guys are getting really strong titles for this New Year's. Amber, UGC, welcome in. We started with a very cranky book. A lot of us are a little cranky right now because of the New Year. We had a little bit too much celebration last night, but we're going to be okay. Then we read Little Santa. This is a really good book. And then we followed that up with The Teeny Weeny Unicorn. Okay. We're going to do 2 regular books and then 2 Christmas books. Lucky for you guys, we have in the stacks some Jan Bretts. Brett Jans. My mind is still sleeping. We have some really good Jan Bretts. Some of you might be experiencing this today. A snowy nap. We love a good Jan Brett in our lives, in our regular lives that we read. One of the things that we know about Jan Brett, she's got a lot of things going on in her stories. Lots of details, good stories. You have a main story and then you have a side story. Right, Bree? We love a good Jan Brett. Jan Brett, she does not leave any pages blank. She's got this really good end page with these snowflakes. You love a good Jan Brett. The Snowy Nap. Look at the detail of this grass and the detail of the fur here, the hut. And then you've got this frame with more details. Young Hedgie sniffed the chilly wind. Snow is on the way, he thought. I'll just take a last ramble around the farm. He did not want to miss a moment. Hedgie. So little Hedgie, the hedgehog, he smells the air and knows that a snow is coming. He's going to go around the farm just a little bit before it hits. There's a little chicken there. And if you're familiar with Jan Brett, she always gives us a preview of what's coming. So a chicken is going to have something to do with the next page. He could barely keep his eyes open as he walked. The hens noticed at once. Time for Betty Bye, they cackled. It won't be long before you have to hibernate and our coop will be bedazzled by icicles. Ooh, fun. So he's going to go walk around the farm. As he's walking around the farm, he sees the hens. And the hens have this nice little coop. There's a girl here. We got to pay attention to the sides. She's leaving, and now we're going to come across some ducks, or maybe some geese. In a sleepy day, Hedgie trundled past the pond. The geese honked. Goodbye until spring. We'll think of you as we play slip and slide across the pond ice. It is already starting to freeze. So there's the geese. He runs into them. There's little Hedgie. They're going to go fly south for the winter. And then now we're going to have the sheep. Let's see what the sheep has to say. Hedgie came to the sheep shed. Nighty-night, the sheep baaed. One of the sheep had seen hedgehogs on the farmhead for their cozy dens year after year as winter arrived. She also was ready to tell Hedgie what he would miss. I'll soon see the snowman Lisa makes, she said. There was a little confusion. Hedgie came to the sheep shed. Nighty night, the sheep baaed. One of the sheep had seen hedgehogs on the farmhead for their cozy dens year after year as winter arrived. Oh, okay. So I guess they've seen them in passing. They really don't talk to them. Next we're going to get a little goat. And look at the little bird here. The green wings. The sheep shed. The billy goat overheard and crunched across the frozen fields to add, as usual, you will miss winter blue time when the sun sets and the snowy farm appears in every shade of blue. Well, that's pretty. The pig watched Hedgehog stop for a big yawn. Have a good winter's sleep, she oinked. If only I could save a few snowflakes for you. No two are alike. So he runs across the billy goats. He runs across the pigs. Everybody's saying goodbye for the winter because they're not going to see each other for a while. When the pony trotted up, Hedgie guessed what he wanted to say. Sleep well, he neighed. If you hear bells in your dreams, it will be me pulling my sleigh. That was the last straw. I don't want to sleep all winter like the last, protested Hedgie. I want to see icicles and snowmen, snowflakes and a pond ice. I want to hear sleigh bells. Oh, so they're all telling, all the farm animals are telling him what he's going to miss while he's hibernating. There's a fox. We love a good thatched roof. Thatched roof in children's literature. Before Hedgie could yawn again, he decided to turn around and stay up for the winter. The night grew frosty. Must stay awake, must stay awake, must stay awake and see winter, Hedgie shivered, and his eyes closed. Uh-oh. From the farmhouse window, Lisa saw a still shape outside in the cold. Poor little hedgehog is frozen stiff, she cried. She bundled him up and brought him inside. Aww. So he wanted to stay up for the winter, but nature kicked in. He started falling asleep. Fell asleep right in front of the little cottage there. And the little girl found him, frozen stiff. So she took her scarf off and she put it around him. She's going to take him inside. Lisa put Hedgie in a tea cozy and gave him a spot by the window. That was a close call, she said. A snowstorm is on the way. You better stay in the house and warm up. Aw. We love things like this in children's literature. So she saved the little hedgehog. She put him in a little tea cozy. That's what they call it. I've never heard of that before, a tea cozy. Lisa put Hedgie in a tea cozy and gave him a spot on the window. She's going to take care of things. She's going to take care of things. To Hedgie's delight, the next morning he saw the world outside shimmering with snow. The old chicken's coop was sparkled like a palace. Isn't it wild, Faith? So he woke up the next morning. He gets to see winter. The chicken coop, it's all frozen. Every day he watched from different windows and new wintry scenes appeared. The pond froze into a shiny mirror. Lisa twirled on her skates as the goose and the gander slid to keep up. I love it. So he gets to see all the wintry scapes. And there's Lisa. Lisa twirled on her skates as the goose and the gander slid to keep up. The goose and the gander. To Hedgie's amazement, one day Lisa rolled great balls of snow. Before he knew it, he was looking at his first snowman. He was getting sleepier, but each morning held a new surprise. Yeah, so he gets to take part in winter this time inside of a nice, cozy, warm home. The little hedgehog was dozing when he heard the tinkling of bells. He tried with all his might and opened his eyes. There was the pony pulling a sleigh. Lisa made a snowball and tossed it in his direction. Kapoof! Lisa. She's kind of silly. She's out there having fun. She made a snowball. She threw it out the window. She's going, ah. You've got all the, look at all the animals looking in the window. Hedgie slept later every day. One day he awoke to see flowers of frost decorating his window. The trees looked like lace against the sky. I have truly seen winter, as was Hedgie's last thought as he nodded back to sleep. Hedgie. You got all the winter animals outside looking in. Look at little Hedgie. She put him to sleep. It's all snowy and cold outside. Lisa knew it was time. Leaving the door ajar, she cradled the little hedgehog. You belong in the wild, she whispered in his ear as she carried him through the drifts. She crouched by his burrow and nestled him inside. Sweet dreams, little adventurer, she said. Aww! So she took him outside and she put him in his little, she crouched by his burrow and nestled him inside. I would rather stay inside that warm home. It's probably still cold where he's at. Just then she noticed the front door was swinging on its hinges. Squawks and rumbles were coming from inside. Uh-oh. I think all the animals wanted to come in. Lisa peered through the doorway and saw animals higgly-piggly making a commotion in her house. Each one was thinking, I'll see winter from a nice warm house. They all wanted to come in. Each one was thinking, I'll see winter from a nice warm house. Out, out, out. Skedaddle, she laughed. Don't you know this is not where you live? They all came in. They wanted to be like the hedgehog. They made it a big mess inside. Animals, they were smart. Lisa was shooing the last mouse from the house as Hedgie, snug in his burrow, fell into a deep sleep. He was dreaming about icicles and snowman, snowflakes and pond ice. It was a long, snowy nap. Aww! You can't beat Jan Brett. The end. Jan Brett, she's just a good storyteller. She illustrates and she writes. Jan Brett, we need to get to know Jan Brett a little bit more because this girl, she does everything. She's a good storyteller and a good illustrator. All right, let's review some of the books that we've read. You guys got really strong titles today for New Year's 2026. Wow, Faith, definitely a 10, huh? I agree. We started the live with a very cranky book because some of us are going to wake up cranky today. It's okay. Then we read Little Santa. This is a really good one. This is a really good book. Really good book. Then we read The Teeny Weeny Unicorn. And then Jan Brett's The Snowy Nap. This is a good one. Alrighty, friends. Thank you so much for joining us. This is a stripped down version of our normal lives because a lot of us right now don't have the energy. We just don't have the energy to tap. We don't have the energy to engage. We just need somebody to read to us because either our head is hurting, we're dehydrated, or maybe just lounging a bit. Maybe some of you didn't go out last night, start and decided to sleep in early. I did the same thing too. I didn't want to stay up late last night. Alrighty, friends, we will be back in at 9 o'clock. Wait, let me get this right. I said 6 and 9. Yeah, every 3 hours. So it's 6 o'clock right now on the West Coast, which is 9 o'clock on the East Coast. We'll be back at 9 o'clock on the West Coast and then 12 o'clock on the East Coast. For those of you on the East Coast who have woken up and have gotten your day started, and then those of you who are on the West Coast are probably just going to be waking up. Alrighty, friends, so we'll be back in about 2 hours, 9 o'clock West Coast time, and then 12 o'clock East Coast time. Alrighty, friends, have yourselves a good day. If I don't see you, Happy New Year. Take care, everyone.